computer as they were trying to.
Yeah, but you're misquoting me.
I
wish you'd put if you put my deleted tweet.
I think we have it.
We have it.
Put it up. Please.
Oh,
sorry.
Okay,
We'll get it. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
will they look for it?
But I just want to make sure my words aren't twisted
We'll get it.
around.
Can someone bring my phone out to me?
Wait, did she really just demand her phone on live national television to prove a deleted tweet? Things just went totally nuclear. Sit tight because the meltdown you're about to see is completely unhinged.
That became so controversial.
No.
The Reddit posts, did that turn up in the vetting process?
Oh my.
The firm sent us a thing and it had some of the posts, but it didn't have all of them.
Look at the guy in the background touching his face. That right there is the universal body language for pure, unadulterated panic. They literally paid a professional vetting firm a massive chunk of money to scrub this candidate's history, and they completely missed a public Reddit post. How does that even happen in modern politics? You can almost see the exact moment his soul leaves his body when the interviewer brings it up. The awkward silence, the nervous laughter, the desperate look directed at his coworkers. It is an absolute masterclass in corporate failure. This is what happens when campaigns rely entirely on superficial checks and ignore basic digital footprints. Anyone with a smartphone could have found that post in 10 minutes, yet a six-figure firm let it slide right through the cracks. It perfectly highlights the sheer incompetence running behind the scenes of these major political machines. They are literally trusting the highest bidder to do a job a teenager could do on a Tuesday night, and it just cost them an entire election cycle. Absolutely wild.
The sexual abuse.
I'm talking about the Republican Party as a whole.
So would you be comfortable?
They are the Epstein file protection party.
You'd be comfortable still voting for Graham Plattner if you lived in Maine?
Can I just say one thing about this?
Take the moral high ground.
Wait, did you catch that? She literally just dropped the Epstein Protection Party label on live daytime television without missing a single beat. This is exactly what happens when political tribalism completely overrides any sense of objective reality. You have a panel supposedly dedicated to nuanced discussion, yet they immediately pivot to the most extreme, sensationalist accusations possible to deflect from the actual scandal hitting their own preferred candidate. Notice how the rest of the table just absorbs that statement? There's no pushback, no request for evidence, just a collective nod as if this is totally normal daytime banter. It's a classic deflection tactic. When your guy is in the hot seat with multiple severe allegations, you don't defend him, you just attack the other side with the most inflammatory buzzwords you can find. It completely shuts down critical thinking and forces the audience into a defensive emotional state. Keep an eye on the body language here. Leaning forward, aggressive hand gestures. It's performative outrage designed to secure a viral clip rather than uncover the truth.
What's the piece of evidence or pieces of evidence that made you sure of this story?
Yeah, I mean, long before he was a political candidate, long before much of the country knew his name, Jenny, in her telling, had confided in a number of people. We saw screenshots that she shared of messages relaying this account to others. We viewed an email response from her therapist to her, acknowledging that they had talked about this.
Those are the things I said, but those are, what is the actual, is there evidence between her and him, evidence of a crime, because he's being...
Pay close attention to the reporter's face right here. He thought he was coming on for a standard friendly morning recap, and suddenly he is being cross-examined like a hostile witness in a courtroom drama. The anchor is actively demanding hard, legal evidence of a crime for a story that has already broken wide open across major publications. It is a fascinating real-time shift in editorial standards. Usually, these morning shows run with whatever rumor is trending, but suddenly the bar for proof is astronomically high. Why the sudden pivot? It is all about narrative control. By demanding evidence of a crime on live TV, she is subtly signaling to the audience that the allegations shouldn't be taken seriously yet, completely neutralizing the reporter's momentum. You can see him internally scrambling to reframe his answer because his original talking points just got nuked from orbit. It is a brilliant, albeit manipulative, media tactic to protect a specific political angle while pretending to just play devil's advocate. Watch how fast he tries to pivot back to his script.
Let me ask you this, because yesterday on X, in a now deleted post, you accused Plattner's accuser of doing, quote, rape for politics, end quote, stating that she had consensual sex with him years ago.
No, I didn't accuse. I said women should report rape.
Right,
Because
early
you want
on.
to know why? We want to get these rapists off the street.
Early on in the tweet, and I'll tell you, I'm a former...
Hold up. Look at the absolute standoff happening right now. You have two completely opposite political spectrums clashing on live television, and neither is giving an inch. The tension is so thick, you could cut it with a knife. When she brings up the rape for politics quote, it's designed to be a conversation ender, a nuclear option to shut down the debate. But notice the defensive posturing, the immediate crossing of arms, the raised pitch in the voice. They aren't having a debate. They are fighting for sound bites. This isn't about finding common ground or even understanding the other person's perspective. It is purely about dominating the interaction for the social media clip that gets posted an hour later. It is political theater at its absolute finest. Both sides know exactly what they are doing, and they are playing their assigned roles perfectly. The audience is just along for the ride, absorbing the manufactured outrage. It really makes you wonder how much of this is genuine belief and how much is just highly paid performance art.
Oyster Farm.
My name is Graham Plattner, and I live in Sullivan, Maine, the owner of Frenchman Bay Oyster Company.
And then...
Okay, step back and look at the visual contrast here. We just went from a screaming match in a sterile TV studio to this hyper-calm cinematic shot of a guy casually driving an oyster boat. It's an incredibly deliberate editing choice by the documentary crew. They are trying to humanize him, to paint him as this rugged, salt-of-the-earth outsider who is entirely disconnected from the toxic political drama happening in the cities. The lighting, the slow pan across the water, it is entirely designed to subconsciously lower your guard. It makes the viewer think, hey, he's just a normal, hardworking guy. This is textbook political branding. When your candidate is facing massive scandals, you don't show them in a suit sweating behind a podium. You show them in a hoodie, working with their hands, battling the elements. It's visual manipulation aimed directly at working-class voters, attempting to build a parasocial bond before the ugly truth of the allegations completely shatters that carefully crafted illusion. It's a brilliant, if slightly desperate, PR move.
Rape. So what put this over the edge? Because he says he didn't, and he has people on his side who say he didn't. She says he did, and there are people, but none. What's the through line? What ties this together and gives you the evidence to bring this story to the point of publishable?
Yeah, we interviewed her, 3 separate times. Her story stayed consistent across the.
Watch his delivery right at the end of this statement. He knows he has to land the plane perfectly after getting completely derailed earlier in the segment. He aggressively reiterates the fact that they interviewed her 3 separate times. That isn't just a random detail, it's a defensive shield. He is subtly telling the anchor and the audience that his publication actually did the rigorous journalistic work that she just implied they skipped. It's a polite way of fighting back on live television without breaking professional decorum. You can hear the slight edge in his voice, the frustration of having your professional integrity questioned in real time. This is the hidden war of morning news. It's not just about the information being presented, it's about the power dynamic between the anchor and the guest. He managed to claw back a tiny bit of credibility right at the buzzer, but you can tell the entire interaction left a massive dent in the intended narrative. All right, that's a wrap on this absolute madness. Smash that like button, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next breakdown.